Listen, our seeking His presence is an unremitting desire. Meaning, our seeking His presence is a continual, constant, incessant desire. Our seeking His presence is a constant, continual, incessant, unremitting desire. Unrelenting desire. That's a powerful word. That means we can never have enough of God. You and I can never have enough of God. You cannot get up one day and say, I have enough of God. Never. We can never have enough strength. We can never have enough presence. Why? Because God is infinite. Yep. But my question to you, my brothers and sisters, is how about you? Are you reaching out to God constantly? Are you satisfied with a prayer or a song? Or are you unsatisfied until you sense His intimate presence as well? Some of us are satisfied with a song or two. Some of us are satisfied with a half an hour or a 15-minute prayer. Not that I'm against you praying. If you can pray more than that, pray. Wonderful. But what I'm trying to say is, are you just satisfied with that? Or are you unsatisfied until you sense the intimate presence of God all over you? Until I experience that, I will never get satisfied. Let me ask you the question, are you thirsting for God like David did? David says, as the deer pants for the water, so my soul longs after you. My soul thirsts after God in a dry and thirsty life. Are you thirsting after God like David? Are you longing and craving for God like Paul? In Philippians 3:10, he says, that I might know Him. Is that the driving factor of your life? Is that the one thing that wakes you up in the morning? What wakes you up in the morning? Well, I have to cook for my husband and children. Good. I agree. But that does not wake me up. What wakes you up in the morning? I got to go to job, pastor. I got to take care of my family. I have to earn. I'm a breadwinner. I'm the sole breadwinner. Fine. That's not what wakes you up. What wakes you up every day is the fact that I have a God who gave me a purpose, sent me on an assignment, and I wake up for His glory. And the longer I'm awake, the more glory is going to get out of my life. Come on, talk to me, church. The longer I'm awake, more glory is God going to get out of my life. That's why the devil is trying to kill us. That's why the devil wants to destroy the church. Why? Because he knows the longer you live, the more the glory will be given to God. Because the Bible says, God says in Isaiah 43 verse 7, I have created you for my glory. So I live for the glory of God. What wakes me up in the morning? God. The God factor wakes me up in the morning. What makes me go to work? Not the salary. God. God says, as long as you remain on this earth, you got to work. He told Adam, go and till the earth that I've given you. He says, work what I've given you. So I go to work because of the God factor. I study because of God. I do not study to get a good career and go on. That's secondary. I study for the glory of God. Amen. I am studying for God's glory. All of my degrees are for His glory. See, once that comes into your life, I'm telling you, everything else is going to fall into place. That I might know Him. Look at the driving force of Paul, that I might know Him. 28 years of ministry, 13 epistles, and he still says, I have one desire. I have one drive. I have one longing. I must know Him. My brothers and sisters, we have examples before us who have set, a pattern for us to follow. Are we saying, Lord, there's only one desire left, not that I might make more money, that I might know You? You can't take your money with you. All that you earn, all that you have to give it away. When you go into that coffin box, my friend, you're not taking anything with you except your shirt and pant or the suit that your loved ones put on you. Even that you don't know, they put it on you because they want to send you well. Are you with me, church? When you go, you're not taking anything. Why? Because when you went straight away. The moment your spirit left your body, it went to be with the Lord. Uh-oh. You're not worrying, did they put a suit? You're not coming and saying, look at these mean people, how I looked after them. They can't even put a suit on me. They're sending me with a shirt and pant. And what happened to my wedding ring? And why did they take it? You're not bothered about all that. Why? You're in a land far better than all the wealth and all the gold and all the silver and all the things that we have. Come on, talk to me, somebody. That I may know him. Please, we need to know that we are for God. Now, so what have we talked so far? We talked about what does it mean to seek God. 3 things I said with you. Let me just quickly brush you up before I go to the next point. What does it mean to seek after God? All right? I've already said it last week and a little bit this week. What does it mean? Number 1, to seek after God means to put the heart and mind on God. We already studied that. To seek after God means to put your heart and mind on God. That's the first one. Secondly, I said, to seek after God means to have an intimate personal relationship with God. To seek after God means to have an intimate personal relationship with God. Psalm 63 verse 1. Oh God, you are my God. You see that? To seek after God means to have an intimate, personal relationship with God. David says, oh God, you are my God. Intimate, personal relationship. In other words, what I'm saying is, David knew God in an intimate, personal way. But it's not enough for you to know God intimately and personally. You also need to develop that intimate, personal relationship with God. Amen. If all you did was get married and you are 10 years later the same as though you got married on the first day, my friend, you are in a terrible, terrible mess. Now, it looks like all of you are not married at all. Or some of you are saying, Pastor, don't say it now. You're making me get in trouble. Already she's staring at me. Let's face the fact. Relationships are meant to be developed. Most people think marriage is a 90-day thing. So the first 90 days is exciting honeymoon, lifestyle. But listen, my friend, once the honeymoon goes, then the funnymoon comes in. Once the 90 days go, now you got to live with the same person for the rest of your life. And some of us, we didn't buy in for what we were going to get in. Because when we saw them all dressed up, all with the perfume, with the mascara and okay. We saw them really looking, I'm a pastor. All right. We were so happy. And then once we got married, we looked at them the next morning when we looked at them and we went and we saw her. Now she's in that nightie soiled with oil, saffron, and all the masala on her body. And we said, is this the girl I saw? Is this the girl that walked up and said, I do? At the altar, she had that wonderful wedding dress on. My friend, that's the wedding dress. Now, you got to live with the masala dress. Why? That's real life. Are you with me, church? Listen, if you go to love her on the basis of your emotion, my friend, that will end soon. You got to develop a relationship. You just cannot start with an intimate, personal relationship with your husband or wife. You got to develop that intimacy and that personal relationship with your husband or wife. Which means every day with your loved one must become sweeter than the day before. Now, I use that analogy to bring you to God. So don't you think Pastor went off the message. No, I use that analogy to bring us to are you developing your relationship with God? How does a relationship get developed? Through communication. Communication. How do we communicate? You communicate to God through prayer. He communicates to you through His Word. So you have to have both in your life, church. You got to have a lot of reading of the Word of God, and you got to have a lot of praying if you're going to develop, like David, this relationship with God. Amen. David, please listen. David developed, this intimate personal relationship with God. How? Spending, hours with God over a long period of time in many situations. See, it's easy to spend time with God when everything is going fine in our life. Can you seek God when you lost a loved one? In many situations, we do not seek God. Let's be honest. In many situations, we do not. But if you're going to develop that intimate personal relationship with God, you got to spend hours, with God over a long period of time in many situations that are not, happy situations or conducive situations or situations that, meet our every need. David was a man. Let me tell you, when he wrote Psalm 63, Psalm 63, was written, they say, when David was running from his son Absalom. Absalom wanted to kill him. What do you do when your own son wants to kill you? And you have to leave your wives in the palace and run away alone with a few loyal people, and now you have to take care of those people. You make sure that they are fed. You have to make sure that they have food on the table. You have to make sure, because now you're in a barren wilderness and you're running for your life, and these people, because they love you so much, they ran together with you. Now you have to make provision for them. Now you have to see that they're protected. And in the midst of all this commitment, David says, I will seek you earnestly. Hello. Look at this man. Look, you read Psalm 63, verse 1 and 2, you will understand how difficult it was for David to seek God when he is facing death from his own son, and he has been disgraced and, put to shame by his own son. And yet he says, earnestly I will seek you. My flesh longs after God. My soul craves for God in a dry and thirsty land. Intimate relationship. What does it mean to seek God? Thirdly, this is the last one I shared with you. To seek after God means always to desire more of Him. To seek after God means always to desire more of Him. Amen. Again, Psalm 63, verse 1, the second part of the verse. David says, I shall seek you earnestly. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh yearns for you. And on he goes. Why was he saying, I seek you earnestly, my soul thirsts for you, my flesh longs for you? David knew that there was more to God. And his whole being craved it, as a thirsty man, craves for water in a desert place. He knew that there was more to God that he did not know. The more he sought God, the more he found out this God has more to him. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, after 36 years of being with the Lord, I have found out this. There's more to God I don't know than I know. Amen. There's more to God that I don't know than I know. Let me put it this way. After 36 years of ministry, may I honestly say to you with all my heart before the presence of God, I have only scratched the surface of the knowledge of God. I have not even gone to the depths. I'm just on the surface level. And this is my 36th year in the Lord. And I wonder now, as I keep looking at this, do I really know him like I should? But it doesn't, discourage me. It motivates me. Seek him more. You know what? I've started seeking him more in my life now over the last few years than I've ever done in the 30 years before. He has become my everything. That's why I said you cannot hurt me anymore. I'm immune to hurt. Why? I said it's a waste of time. Why should I worry when I have somebody that loves me like that and waits for me? Why should I pine over somebody that hurts me? Amen. I'll say amen for my own self. Write this down, please. To seek after God means to go after God with an intense desire. If you really want to seek God, this is how you got to seek God. To seek after God means to go after God with an intense desire. All right? That's one statement. Write another one down. Have you finished that one? Are you still writing it? To seek after God means to go after God with an intense desire. Number 2, to seek after God means that there is always more because God is an infinite, measureless, boundless, limitless person. To seek after God means that there is always more because God is an infinite person. The word infinite means measureless, boundless, limitless.